I'm Brenda Schuman-Post, I'm 76. This is a sharing of information about surprises that can manifest as we age. We have certain conditions about this particular presentation. You may not tell a story about how you achieved or arrived at a certain procedure. You can only say what you have arrived at. And it's specifically topic-based. The topics are here, and we will try to get through all of this. We only have 50 minutes, 50 minutes. If you have something you would like to add to anything that this wonderful group of friends has communicated, I think because of the crowd, you need to raise your hand, and we'll try to get to everybody. But again, I want to make sure it's understood. We're sticking with this group of topics. What we have discovered is that this is only part one. And we will need to hopefully reunite next conference for part two, and then for part three, and possibly continuing this particular type of event. So we're going to go down the line. Everybody's going to introduce themselves by age, and we will begin.
Hello, I'm Terry Ewell, and I am 67.
I am Oscar Petty Jr. I'm 65.
Ruth Diamond, I'm 66.
Leonard Hindell, 82.
I'm Michael DiPietro, and I'm 76 and a half.
Amy Collins, I'm 63.
I'm Ed Lacy, and it turns out that I'm the oldest one on the panel here. My age is 87 years, 10 months, 13 days, and 6 hours.
I'm Paul Nordby, I forgot. 75.
So our first topic is arthritis, and we have, obviously, many of us have experience with this. I am just going to say my short list: cortisone shots, epidurals, acupuncture, appropriate exercise, key modification, somatic movement, study somatic movement, topical analgesics, Zhengu Shui, which is spelled ZhenGushui. It's expensive on Amazon and less expensive in the Chinese herbal stores, and Voltaren, which is easily available in general.
I have one more to add. Salon Pause. It's available at CVS, everywhere, grocery stores even. Do not buy the big ones. Buy the small patches. If you have to put 45 on, put 45 on if it's a big area. It really works. My husband calls them voodoo magic. It really works. Salon Pause. SALON. PAS. PAS. Ding, ding, ding.
Bravo, she wins.
So I'm Paul Nordby, and I do key modifications for people with arthritis at our bassoon shop.
And we do think that part two, we will have a PowerPoint or keynote presentation with key modifications, visual and described, for both instruments.
By the way, this QR code will take you to a reading list that we put together as a panel.
And also links.
Yeah, links are on that list.
Yeah.
Brenda, I just had turmeric.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, first of all, no one in this room is old. We all have different amounts of seasoning. Okay, that's how I think about it. But also, just to add to what Michael was saying about turmeric, it's very important. We all know it's linked to diet. We know that if you can do it naturally with herbs and etc., do your research. It is very, very good, very important. my approach is more herbal, natural. I'm a gardener. I grow my own vegetables and so forth. But turmeric is one of the things I do take. And anything natural that you can research that's good for your system, your body. Of course, if you're taking medications and whatnot, of course, you always check with your doctor, that whole disclaimer thing. But it is very helpful for that natural approach. And then you go from there. But that's one of the things that I think about, and I have conversations with other people on it. Also, movement. You all know that movement is key. All right? Maybe B flat, A major. but that movement piece is very important. Just movement, period. Playing your instrument a few times a day. If you can play 3 notes, let's move the fingers. Let's do something. Stand, sit, just motion. Okay, it's very, pretend you're a conductor. Okay, whatever. That keeps that movement, the body, the fluids. Okay, and of course water and all that. But I've talked to many people who are more seasoned, and the ones that are quite seasoned are moving. Okay, everything from Skechers, footwear, all that stuff, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Skechers, you can get discounts on seniors discounts and all that. Very important.
I also wanted to add about arthritis, try to avoid surgery by all these other methods.
There are 2 other things I would like to add to your arthritis. One is celery seed oil, about 20 drops in an 8-ounce water. There's a pharmacist in Fort Wayne, he's long gone, but he sold it by the barrel to people. And the other thing is color therapy, to check out Dinshaw, D-I-N-S-H-A-W. Indian, I believe he is. They use theater gels, the color, whatever they are, change color on the sets. But you have to use incandescent lighting. It doesn't work with LED, doesn't matter with wattage. I don't have the colors. There's like 8 different colors, and you can buy the gels in a 16 by 24 from theater stores, and then put them together and make your own little lights to whatever fits. You can go to Lowe's or Menards and get one of those aluminum cans that you put your light bulb in for direct lighting.
Okay.
I would like to add, if you're able to, in terms of motion and keep moving, if you're able to walk, doing it with a companion or a group of people can be very, very helpful. Engagement with people is a very important aspect of aging. Solitude is not so great. So if you can engage in an activity, including a group of people, that's wonderful. We need to address this as well as the physical aspects of aging.
I'm going to add something what Lenny said in terms of engaging with people. The right people that give off the right spirit are very therapeutic. Okay, so not to disrespect anyone, but you want to also be around people who are lively in spirit and lively in their activities, like Lenny was saying, walking the dog and so forth. That's a basic one, but also being around people with different activities and out and about, so to speak. And I get a lot of energy from actually my students, some of my younger students or less seasoned students. And I had a student that was much more seasoned. She moved from New Jersey to Florida, and she's having the greatest time playing her oboe. I mean, I'm sorry about that, but anyway, that who you're around, and as you know, give off the healing aspects of your very well-being and mindset. So that's what I wanted to add to that.